as much as you would think that LeBron James being brought into a mafia-backed gambling indictment would be the biggest part of the story, it's not. Because when you get into this poker scheme, the details of this are so insane. You couldn't have thought this up if you were writing a movie script. Oh man, LeBron James. This one's gonna hurt, dude. So everybody is talking about this case here with the mafia and the NBA and people getting arrested for some of the craziest stuff. This is the thing, dude. So LeBron is in this story, okay? LeBron is the unnamed guy connected to rigged NBA games, rigged bets, okay? And one of the, oh my God, like I don't even know where to even start with this story. We're just going to get into it. We got x-ray machines in rigged poker games, okay? We have, dude, listen, okay? When I tell you one specific fact about this story, it is going to melt your brain. And that is real talk. Hey, as a preview, as soon as we're done with the NBA story, we're going to be looking at how Diddy is adjusting to his life in prison now. And if you enjoy having knives stuck into your throat while you are sleeping, then he's probably doing great. All right, so you can look forward to the Diddy portion of this right after we look at the Mafia NBA LeBron James scandal. And after you subscribe to the channel. And ring the bell and like the video. I don't think I've said that yet. If I have, I apologize. All right. So U.S. charges NBA coach and players in gambling scheme. Okay. More than 30 people were indicted on Thursday in a case involving insider bets on basketball games and poker games rigged by mafia families. Okay. And as much as that sounds kind of like whatever, when you get into the details of this, it is so bananas, dude. Okay. And it's two different cases, right? So a pair of indictments unsealed in Brooklyn federal court on Thursday cast a pall over professional basketball, describing separate schemes in which current and former NBA players and coaches worked with the other defendants to defraud gamblers online betting firms out of millions of dollars. One case accused an NBA player and a former coach of trading inside information in a series of games to win hundreds of thousands of dollars of bets with sports betting companies. The other charged a well-known head coach, Chauncey Billups, with participating in a series of rigged poker games organized by mafia families that cheated unwitting victims out of at least $7 million. That answers a question that we asked on Play With Matches. By the way, if you're not following Play With Matches, my second channel, we did an amazing video covering this, but that was a question that I had that you'll understand shortly. So these are the 5 mob families in New York. Okay, I don't even need to look. Watch this. The Genovese family, the Bonanno family, the Gambinos, the Bonanos, and the Colombos. So those are the 5 mafia families. And a lot of them are involved in this story, dude. Okay, so they announced charges grabbing a bag of gangsters from the 4 of the families, including top leaders, made men and associates, saying they had overseen a sophisticated scheme to rig illegal poker games and rake in millions of dollars. Okay, so check this out. So Terry Rozier, okay, first came under suspicion when U.S. Integrity, a firm hired by the NBA to monitor potential gambling anomalies noticed unusual activity in 2023 regarding bets placed about his play. The league investigated Rozier, but was unable to confirm wrongdoing by him, and so it could not punish him. All right, now to be clear, I have seen clips that were like, I knew there was no way he could play that bad. And you can't show them on here, but oh my God. They're like there are some plays where you're like, that's not possible that he really did that. Like that's such a bad pass that it's impossible it was not on purpose, right? And here's the thing, right? When you first watch it, you're like, oh, okay. And then you read that, it's like, oh, the bets were placed about his play. And what that means is they were prop bets. And I'll explain what that means in a second, okay? Because he's one of the guys who got indicted. Now, I want to show you something even more insane. Okay, buckle up. This is the thing that I was referencing. Aside, we're coming up to LeBron in a second. But just wrap your brain around this, okay? This right there on the far right, that is Rozier's career earnings, okay? So this guy, okay, Terry Rozier, who is now indicted for throwing games and throwing bad passes and missing shots on purpose, okay? He's caught. Like, there's no way they would indict him if they don't have him dead to rights, and I'll tell you exactly how they have him dead to rights for absolute sure in a second. Okay, he's indicted and he's dead to rights because he did that while having a $160 million in total career earnings. And in the middle of when this happened, okay, you see these numbers over there on the right? Like you see this right here, apron salary. Okay, that's how much he's making per year. Okay, this right here is 2023. This is 2024. This is 2025. This is 2026. Gosh, that's hard math. Is that $2 million a month? $2 million a month? Okay, and his average salary is $19 million a year. Like, are you kidding me? This guy is getting involved in illegal activity where he's throwing games on, or fucking up on purpose so people can make money. Try to, like, how is that possible? You give me $2 million a month for a year, and you're like, oh, all right, what's Jesse doing? It's like, oh, he bought a bunch of investment properties and now he just golfs. Well, actually, I'm doing exactly what I do now. I'm doing exactly what I do now. You know, we make less in a year than he makes per month. And I think that we're rich as fuck now. You know, like I can't even like wrap my brain around $2 million a month, $1 million every 2 weeks, and you're doing illegal shit. What the hell are you doing, dude? And now let's get into some LeBron. All right. This will be fun. Okay, so an unsealed indictment in Brooklyn on Thursday indicates that at least one fraudulent bet may have been made based on inside information about the NBA star LeBron James, though Mr. James has not been accused of any wrongdoing. Let's see. That indictment on a case officials called Nothing But Bet accused the NBA Heat guard Terry Rozier and Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, of selling non-public information about games and players to gamblers who then used that inside information to place bets. The indictment says that Mr. Jones used his relationship with an unnamed player 3 of the Los Angeles Lakers and other personnel to give insider medical information to his co-conspirators. The indictment says Mr. Jones was a former teammate and coach of player 3 who was described as a, quote, prominent NBA player. Mr. Jones played with Mr. James at the Cleveland Cavaliers from 2005 to 2008, during which time the two became close friends. Mr. Jones was an assistant coach for the Cavaliers from 2016 to 2018 during Mr. James' second stint with the team and was his personal shooting coach. Mr. James joined the Lakers before the 2018-2019 season. A spokesman for Mr. James declined to comment. Oh my gosh, I guess their friendship might be a little on the ropes now. The indictment says that on the morning of February 9th, Mr. Jones sent a text message to a co-conspirator informing him that player 3 would not play for the Lakers against the Milwaukee Bucks that night. Get a big bet on Milwaukee tonight before the information is out, Mr. Jones said in the message, according to the indictment. The indictment notes that player 3 did not play that night because of a lower body injury. Official records show that Mr. James did not play against Milwaukee because of a sore left ankle. The game came 2 days after Mr. James set the NBA regular season career scoring record. So Mr. Listen, LeBron, dude, don't trust your friends, dude. Your friends are going to sell your information to make moolah. They must have made a fortune on that. They're all no LeBron. How's, and the world doesn't know yet. Now, let's get into the craziest part of this entire story. If you don't already know this, okay, like buckle up. Because as much as you would think that LeBron James being brought into a mafia-backed gambling indictment would be the biggest part of the story, it's not. Because when you get into this poker scheme, the details of this are so insane. You couldn't have thought this up if you were writing a movie script. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to break this down, okay? Because I know exactly who I'll just tell you, right? So the Mafia members helped organize and provide security for rigged poker games to lend credibility to the games. Let me just tell this stuff real quick. The Mafia members needed former professional athlete Chauncey Billups and Damon Jones, who were known as face cards. The role of the face cards was to invite wealthy people to participate in exchange for a portion of the illegal profits, according to prosecutors. Okay. Now, check this out. The players cheated with sophisticated technology. Okay. Now, what are you guys thinking that they might have done? Okay. Because here's what they did. They built X-ray machines into the table. Okay. So the fish were in there like, loo. Oh, gosh. Pocket aces? Well, I've got this game locked down. And they're like, in the earpieces, they're all, it's got aces. He's got aces. They're all right. And it's like, they've got he was drawing at a flush, but he didn't make his hand. And the guy's all, I'm all in. They're all, I call. Oh, I have a pair of sixes. What do you have? It's like fucking X-ray machine. They also had some kind of shuffler where you could see the card coming out on the underside, something like that. They had some kind of markers on the cards. Like they literally, there was no scenario, there was no card that was out. There was nothing that they didn't know. It was completely rigged top to bottom. Okay. And these guys, it's an executive game. If you guys watch Sopranos, you know, like the executive game, like it's an executive game. It's like a big, like high stakes game. Okay, check this out. The machine that shuffled the cards was not just randomly mixing them up. It had technology hidden inside that could read cards in the deck, predict which player had the best hand, and then relay that information to somebody off-site. That person would then use a cell phone to communicate the intel to someone at the table who would steer the other cheating players with secret signals, like tapping certain chips or body parts. In some of the rigged games, the poker chip trays had hidden cameras that could read the cards on the table. The card also sometimes had markings that were visible only to people wearing specially designed contact lenses or sunglasses. It's so crazy, dude. Okay? That's read from the article. And then listen to this, dude. Losing players faced the threat of violence and extortion. Yeah. You know, the rigged card shuffling machines were so important to the scheme that a group of defendants robbed someone at gunpoint to steal a specific model of the machine from him. The indictment doesn't name the victim. When the players failed to repay the debts they accrued from the poker games, the defendants used extortion and threats of violence to get the money. So then when you read the next sentence, it says the case involved different mafia families operating illegal gambling dens. Generally speaking, when you say mafia and gambling, if you lose money to them and you don't pay, what would be your expected outcome? They're all, don't worry about it, dude. You know, that's definitely not the entire reason that we have made money gambling forever is our ability to collect because we're criminals and we'll fucking beat you to a pulp if you don't pay and we'll hurt you. Well, beat you to a pulp and hurt you. I guess that's the same thing. Or we'll kill you, right? We'll kill you. But if you listen to the mobsters, they say most of the time people pay because they know they have to, or they're going to get hurt. They're terrified of them, you know? Anyway, so let's move on. Speaking of hurting people, to Diddy getting shivved in prison. We're going to talk about Diddy almost getting killed, but first, a word from our sponsor, Prize Picks. It's NFL time, and that means it's time for you to join Prize Picks. I don't understand. What's daily fantasy? I'll explain that later. What you need to know right this second is that if you deposit $5 and put it in play, they will guarantee give you a free $50 regardless of whether or not you win with that $5 entry fee. Wait, I deposit $5 and I get $50 back regardless of whether I win. Yes, that's correct. So that'd be a 10x return guaranteed. Yeah, that's correct. So who wouldn't do that? I don't know, man. You tell me. Everybody is doing it. So tell us what else we get aside from $50 free dollars. Well, you get to play the best daily fantasy game on the entire internet. Talk to me like a child and explain to me how to play. Prize Picks could not make this game more simple. You're going to pick which sport you want to play, and then you're going to start picking players that you're going to add to your roster. Then we're going to decide whether they're going to get more or less than the stat line provided by Prize Picks. We're going Shedeur Sanders, and we're going more because we are eternal optimists. Let's say you want to start small and you put $5 in play on your first roster. You can win up to $187.50. But if you're a big baller and you want to put, let's say, $50 in play, you can win up to $1,875. But let's say you are a big wallet gangster and you want to put $500 into a single roster. You can win up to $18,750 if all of your players deliver. Now, we also got some new features coming in with this new football season, and you're going to be able to play the same player up to 3 times with 3 different stat lines if you want. It's already live on Major League Baseball and WNBA. When you go to Prize Picks, you use the link in the description and you sign up and you use promo code JesseOnFire, you are going to get a free $50 once you put $5 in play. Use the link in the description, sign up using promo code JesseOnFire, put in $5 in play, and get your free $50 back. That's a 10x return. You are welcome. I love all of you guys. Let's go. Diddy getting attacked in prison with a knife. Okay, I don't know if everybody was aware of that, but we're going to start there. We're talking about New York crime right now, dude. So crime in the prison, crime in the New York, like mafia families. LeBron James being tied to like probably the biggest, I don't even know, gambling scandal in the last 10, 15, 20 years. But let's start right here, all right? And that's after you guys subscribe to the channel and ring the bell and like the video. All right, so check this out, dude. Diddy was seconds from death when a shiv-wielding inmate snuck into his cell and pressed the knife to his throat. And he was like, hey, man, listen, I just said I wanted to watch you with your cellmate, dude. Calm down. You don't need to be bringing out knives, dog. A knife-wielding con got close enough to Diddy to press a makeshift blade to his throat, the rapper's best friend has exclusively told Daily Mail. Longtime pal Charlucci Finney claims an inmate armed with a shiv snuck into Diddy's New York jail cell and could have murdered the shamed hip-hop mogul in his sleep. Quote, he woke up with the knife to his throat, said Finney, revealing previously unreported details of the bone-chilling close call inside the notoriously violent detention center. I don't know whether he fought him off or the guards came. I just know it happened. Finney, who has known Diddy, real name Sean Combs, 55, for more than 3 decades, believes the brush with death was a warning rather than a genuine murder attempt. I mean, yeah, he got a knife to his throat. If he wanted to kill him, he would have, you know. It was probably a way to say next time you ain't going to be so lucky. Everything is intimidation, but with Sean, it didn't work. Sean is from Harlem. Oh, it didn't work? It didn't work. Sean's all, I don't get intimidated by people who just showed me that they could murder me anytime that they want to. You're all, didn't do it, huh? That didn't do it. He's all, nah, man, he's from Harlem. You're like, oh, so people from Harlem have no emotions? Like they don't have survival instinct? Like, what are you talking about, dude? I hate when people say stuff like that, dude. It's like, come on, guy. Okay, I get it. Like, you're black and you're from the ghetto, but like, you have no feelings? Like, you're not a human? Give me a break. Being from Harlem doesn't preclude you from being afraid if someone sticks a fucking knife to your throat while you're in your jail cell. That's not how that works. Now, you could pretend to not be scared. Listen, Sean didn't show him how terrified he was because he's from Harlem and he learned how to mask his emotions. Okay, yeah, there, all day. But anyway, Diddy's lawyers raised the threat of violence on several occasions during the Bad Boy Founder's federal sex trafficking charges. Hang on, let's see. Oh, here you go. This dude's out here by himself, man. Free Puff. I'm not laughing, dude. I actually respect that, dude. That's his boy. Defense attorney Brian Steele told the court that in one instance, MDC roommate wielding a shiv, a makeshift knife, or razor was stopped by a guard. Culprit was trying to earn prestige by hurting Diddy. I mean, listen, dude. That's where you find yourself when you're in jail. You guys, don't be heartless. Look at Diddy when he's a kid, dude. He's on the far left, and Finney is kneeling. They've been friends forever, dude. Finney believes the attempt on Diddy's life was more for intimidation. And what does this say? So not only does Finney sell a clothing line preaching Diddy's innocence, which he wore during he also takes to the streets each week to collect signatures for a petition calling for his release. Man, this dude, I like this guy. I like this dude, okay? I don't have to like Diddy to like this dude, okay? I appreciate a dude who has his boys back always. And he's like working hard, it looks like. Like maybe hard enough to make up a story, you know? Like maybe this story about the shiv is not real. I just thought of that right now. Prisoners take it personal. They look at it like that could have been my mom, my auntie, my daughter. They try to get what they call prison justice. And you have to understand, we are not talking about a regular person. We're talking about Diddy. All right. So is there anything else that we absolutely... Oh, wait, hang on. What's this, dude? Look at this, dude. Look at this. So Diddy, this is Diddy's work performance rating from the U.S. Department of Justice. They gave him an excellent class. Keep up the great work from his unit manager. I mean, listen, dude. Let's see. Outstanding. They gave him nothing but outstanding marks. He's doing it in there, man. He's doing it. He has the approval of the staff. Now, I know, I'm sure there are some of my viewers that are all, man, getting the approval of the staff, man. Why doesn't he get down like a clown in the streets? I'm like, I mean, he's like 50 something, you know? You want to know what I would respect from a 50-year-old in his position is to get outstanding marks so he can get out of prison as fast as possible. You know what I mean? Man, Cassie, though, something tells me they didn't have a real tough time finding the volunteers who were the dudes who were going to have sex with her. Like, everybody this needs to understand this, okay? Everybody who thinks that Diddy should still be in prison, and I promise we're going to move on in a second. Everybody thinks that he should... The victims of what he was convicted of. I don't care about what he was accused of, okay? They went to trial, what he was convicted of. The victims are the dudes who came in and got paid $5,000 to have sex with that girl. Adults, victims, had to have sex with that girl. Nightmare fuel, dude. Give me a break, okay? Give me a break. Do you know what people would pay to sleep with that? They're getting paid and they're victims. Yeah, right, dude. He's in jail for that. Like he's in jail for something he did not get convicted for. Straight up. Okay. Anyway, so now let's actually go over to the primary part of this story now.